It's time to play Legend of Dungeon with the Oculus Rift DK2. And it's not just Legend of Dungeon. Because I'm playing with the DK2, it's Legend of Dungeon VR. Now, the developers said this is the VR support is beta, so it's not perfect. Though, having said that, I've played this for about 2.5 hours with the Oculus Rift DK2, and it's been bloody perfect for me. But, you know, it's probably not going to work perfectly for everyone. So bear that in mind. The developer's still working on it. I think they're going to keep improving it. But it looks absolutely extraordinary with the DK2. Runs completely seamlessly, no stutter, jitter, or anything like that. And the 2.5D pixel art style just pops with the DK2. I think because it's quite simplistic, cartoony style textures or low res textures, and everything's very clear and defined, it negates the lower or the 1080p resolution of the Oculus Rift DK2, and the screen door is a lot less noticeable when you have games that have this sort of art style. Now, let's play daily. Why not? Everyone should play daily. Now, you start the game off in a pub. That's how you should start every game. And you can choose your character sex by going in and out of these doors. I want to be a woman today. There's a surgeon hiding in the toilets that does the fastest sex change known to man, and the toilets strangely are interconnected. I'm not sure what's going on there, but it's a dungeon. It's a deprived place. You expect that. There's a drunk dwarf just walking around banging his head on the table. Totally normal. Gonna pick up some drinks here. Now, every time you play this, let's have a drink before we set off. Shame it's beer and not tea, but you know, you've got to take what you can get. There we go. Every time you play this, it's different, and because it's a roguelike, it's sort of the levels are procedurally generated. Each time you play, it's different, and you're going to have times when you're playing it's really hard, times when you're playing it's a little bit easy. All in all, you just have to roll with the punches and see how far you can get and see how high score you can get. And they have local scoreboards, so you can try and beat your own score. And they've also got multiplayer online scoreboards, so you can see how well you compare to other people. In my case, I'm so low on the scoreboard, I might as well not even bother. But I'll just compare against myself, and it's nice playing this and seeing yourself improve, because though the combat in this is quite simplistic, it's normally just one button attack. As far as I'm aware, I might have missed something, but it's just a one button attack. It plays very much like a sort of retro, almost like a Zelda-y mechanics, the old school Zelda games where you just got one attack button, and it's more about how you sort of position yourself around things, avoid getting hit by things. So you just play through it, see how far you can get, see what you can do. Using this one button attack, you can hold down the button to charge up attack and move around and avoid things. That's pretty much how it is. Now, there are... We're all getting bitten by the snake, running around the block. There's loads of items in the game. Tons of different weapons. Tons of different enemy characters. And it keeps it fresh. So each time you play it, it doesn't feel boring. Even though you're doing level 1 and 2 each time and it's easy at the start, it always feels like there's something new there to make you want to keep playing and coming back. Let's kill this dude. Oh my god! One of Santa's little helpers, and someone's not fed him. He's gone mental. Let's put his hat on. There we go. I just killed you and stole your hat. Thank you very much. Oh, dead end. Not sure what that's about. Let's go back around here. Now the levels are really short, and that's... Oh no, we do have... The game has procedurally blocked me off. Oh dear. Might have to restart. Unless... Oh, there we go. Now the levels are really short, so you can blast through them really quickly. Oh, nice one. Let's get a hat. Keep getting distracted there. There we go. That looks good. That is my type of lady. Nothing says sexy like a reindeer on your head. Getting off topic, the levels are really short, so you can blast through the game, and so at the start the levels tend to be easier, though sometimes the game throws you a curveball and level 1 and 2 can be ridiculous, but normally you tend to go through it, and as you get to sort of level 5 and level 6, then things start getting a little bit more tricky, where you have to be a bit more precise with your who you decide to attack and how you attack and how you approach the enemies. And every level or so There's boss characters, there's one over there, that you get tons of points for killing, but sometimes they can be an absolute nightmare to kill. As one of Santa's elves comes at me again. This is the when it's not Christmas, Santa just throws them in this dungeon. Get this guy. Oh dear. As you charge up your sword, you run a little bit slower. So, as I say, even though the combat is really simplistic and it's a one-button attack, it can actually get can actually be quite hard to maximise your use of using the different weapons in the game. Now, last time I was playing the game, I picked up a cat and it fired lasers out of its eyes. I had a sword that glowed, a massive glowing sword that thrust me at the enemies, which was absolutely fantastic. So again, the sort of roguelike aspects of it is you don't know what you're going to get, and that's what makes you come back to play it. And also, of course, when you die, it's over and you have to restart. So if you're having a session where you say you put like 20-30 minutes, I'm going to ignore him and just go to the next level. You have 20-30 minutes of playing, you really don't want to die, and that can really build up the tension and keep the game exciting and really make you on your toes and get you really engrossed into it. And you combine that with the VR aspect, which just makes it feel like there's literally stuff in front of me. It looks like there's a little cardboard cutout. It's like a paper cutout in front of me. This goes back. And it looks like the stage or the level is actually there in front of me, as if it was made out of little cardboard blocks and painted and put in place. It just draws you right in. So the whole thing goes together really well to make an absolutely awesome VR experience. Even the roguelike aspect of it being a game you can just pick up and put as much time into it as you want, and inevitably end up spending more time playing it than you actually initially intended. But it's not like the game demands loads of time from you. You can just pick it up and have a quick blast on it if you want. Now, seeing as this is sort of a Let's Play review, I will talk a bit about the HUD. What they've done is you've got a 3D HUD there which shows what weapon you've got. You can press Y to cycle through them on your peasant controller. It is a little bit of a chore to cycle through weapons at times. Oh, let's put the fish on my head. Or was that a weapon? No, let's put the fish on my head. That's totally normal. It is a little bit of a chore to cycle through the weapons at times and the different objects, and that can catch you off. It'd be nice if they mapped it so you could go left and right with the shoulder buttons. Maybe you can map it, and I've just not messed around with the controls enough. It's quite possible. You can see your health quite clearly. Your weapon strength and stamina and all their business, and your level status in terms of when you're next going to level up and how much gold you've got. And it's really nice with the VR how you can look at that clearly, even when you're a bit further back. You can look at that clearly, or you can look back at the whole stage. It's incredible. Or you can just stick your face right in and just appreciate the details whilst trying not to headbutt your table or your monitor in real life. The snake's having a shower. Snakes in dungeons take hygiene very seriously. Of course, there's probably a romance going on there. The snake and the sludge. What's going to happen? Oh, the snake's activated the fire pit. They want some privacy. We'll leave them to it. Poor guys. They just want to have some fun, you know. We'll leave them to it. But, really, I'm not sure what more I can say about this other than it's an absolutely fantastic dungeon crawling, roguelike, sort of combat game. Pixel art style combat game. I really don't know how I could describe it any better. Oh my god. Everything tries to kill you in this game. Wasn't expecting that. Absolutely no health. Leveling up again. Particle effects, although simple billboards, look fantastic just because the 3D makes everything pop. Now, let's be a little bit negative about this. Try and throw some negative comments in there to be fair and balanced and rounded. I think some of the stages can look a little bit bland, though that is just the pixel art style, and it's like with the Amiga and Atari ST games. You'd be lucky if the background colour changed, everything else would stay the same. But in this, I think it'd be nicer if there's a little bit more variation in the stages. You do get things like these amazing lava pits, and there is a little bit of variation, but sometimes it can feel a little bit bland, and I think it could be a bit more rewarding to players if there's a bit more diversity in the visual presentation of the stages. But, you know, it's the pixel art aesthetic they've gone for, so you can't really be critical of that. As I say, the weapon selection is a little bit irritating at times. I'd like that to be a bit more precise. And sometimes there's no map or anything, so sometimes you can get a bit lost going in and outdoors. But, you know, you could argue that's part of the fun of the game. And it's not been that much of a problem. And it normally doesn't take too much time to blast through the levels. So, really, because this game's often sold for nothing, the price of a bagel, you would have to be a complete idiot. Oh, God, the bats traverse the lava pit. You have to be a complete idiot not to want to play this. If you've got a DK2, I highly recommend you pick this up and play it for yourself. It's hard to really convey everything in a roguelike until you spent about 15-20 hours playing it. And as I say, I've only spent about 2 hours playing this so far. And I've had a really good time playing it though. So anyway, thanks for watching this video. I hope you like it. I hope you get this game. Check out my other videos. Don't forget to check our link to our Facebook page, like our Facebook. Subscribe to the video. It's all underneath the video in the description. And I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.